All right, here we are. So I wrote on the anchor chart, and it's kind of the same thing here. I do need you by the end of this. I can identify the types of clouds. Why should you be able to do that? So that you can predict the kind of weather that's coming up. That's the big thing with clouds. You know which ones they are, and you know what kind of weather they bring. That's it for clouds. Nothing fancy there. Again, you can ask yourself, and you could use clouds and a barometer and probably tell us what the weather's going to be, right? Matter of fact, you wouldn't even need the clouds if you just had the barometer. If you were stuck in a dark room that just gave you barometer readings, you could tell me what was going outside. You should be able to after last week. If not, barometer in high pressure and low pressure got moved into this week too, because I know that those are important and we can't miss those. There are three main types of clouds, but as you know, because you saw a preview before class started, are there just three kinds of clouds? No, I've got 45 slides on here. There are a bunch of clouds. So we're going to talk about the three main types. We're going to add a prefix or two to some of these to change what they do. And then we're going to talk about some other clouds as we move on. But first, I think, if I'm not mistaken, we are going to start off with how clouds got their name. And we go back to this guy named Luke Howard. We'll watch a video about that. And the way that he decided to name the clouds was based on how high they formed in the atmosphere and the types of shapes that they took on. So it's just this device. I'm going to pause the video. All right. Before you get the official definition of a cumulus cloud, look at that picture and somebody raise your hand and tell me, what do you think what kind of day is going on? Shauna? Sunny day? I think a sunny day is very correct because there's a lot of blue sky in between those clouds. It could be cool, it could be warm, it depends on if it's winter or summer, absolutely. What else do you think?
It could be like the snow and like the sun's coming out.
I don't know if there'd be any snow coming out of those.
No, not out of those, like before like the next day.
Oh, you're talking about another day, okay. But the sun is out. I think that's a huge important factor. I think it is going to be a nice day. I'm not worried about any kind of precipitation at all. It looks like it's going to be a very, very nice day. And like, honestly, if you think about it, like that's one of those days when people lay on a picnic blanket and they look at the sky and that cloud looks like a mouse, that cloud looks like a car, and you make different shapes of the clouds to look like different things. This cloud is a kid paying attention in science class. That's not true. They're not paying attention in science class right now. But let's get our definition down for a cumulus cloud. Now, something that I have to work on getting you prepared for, and I'm trying to think of a way to do this, and it's going to be tough. You are going to have different people teach in different ways. Some people are going to teach, they're going to write things on the anchor chart, or they're going to write it on the whiteboard, and you copy everything that they write down because that's what's on the test. Some people teach and never stop teaching, and it's up to you to write down what you think is important as they're teaching. Some people might teach the exact same way that I do and put everything on an anchor chart and hang it all over the room. But we have to learn how to take all of these words and scrunch that down into notes that are important for us. Now listen, in Latin, cumulus means heap. I don't need that. So if I take just this, I don't want to write all of those words down because that would be too much work for anybody. So I'm going to show you how I would break this down. Now, cumulus clouds are white puffy clouds. Awesome. I don't need to write down that they look like cotton balls because guess what? They look like cotton balls. You may see heaps and heaps of them. I don't need all that. Now, you said this. There are large spaces of blue sky between them, correct? I don't need the usually. There are large spaces of blue sky in between them. When you see them, you know that the weather will be. I don't need that. I just need, take that and scrunch it down. And now I've taken something that looks like a giant paragraph and broken it really down into just the stuff that I need. And these are the notes for the cumulus cloud. And you'll notice on the anchor chart, I drew pictures of each of these clouds. And we'll try to do that on here for you as well. Cumulus clouds are white and puffy. They have spaces of clear blue sky between them. The weather will be fair and sunny. And I'm going to try to draw a cumulus cloud here. This is the cloud that we all draw when we say it's time to draw clouds. Although every time that I do this, it looks more and more like a popcorn kernel, but that's okay. There it is, cumulus cloud, and we are done for that. I'm going to pause and let you fill that out. All right, so we have covered cumulus clouds. There they are if you need the notes. Coming back to here and moving on. We'll come back and watch this commercial here in a minute. It's not that important. And we'll watch this video later. Stratus clouds. Now, I noticed stratus clouds over the weekend. I feel like that's what was out at my house last night. What do you notice about stratus clouds that are different than the cumulus clouds we just looked at? Gavin, give me one thing. They're gray. I don't see any blue sky behind them. It does look like it could definitely have some kind of precipitation. I don't know what the temperature is in this picture. If it's 55 degrees, it's going to rain. If it's 30 degrees, it could snow. But stratus clouds can bring precipitation. Sure.
So on this, whenever we have the stratus clouds, how do we tell if it's like rain or sleet?
Temperature. If it's below freezing, it's going to snow or sleet. Now the snow and sleet depends on the layers of the atmosphere. If there's a warm pocket in there that's going to melt the snow and then it refreezes, it's sleet. If it's just cold, it'll fall as snow.
But what about hail? Whenever in the summertime it hailed at my
Cumulonimbus clouds, we have not got there yet. We will get there tomorrow. They do not fall from this kind of cloud. So stratus clouds. As we look in here, I do not need you to know that the stratus comes from the Latin meaning to spread out, although they do spread out over the entire sky. They cover the whole sky. We're going to take these notes. I don't want to write every word on here, so we are not going to. We're going to learn how to pare this down into just what we need. Now, stratus clouds spread out and cover the sky like a blanket. Gold. They occur in horizontal layers? No. They are usually the same dark color of gray. Yes. This part right here, they do not usually bring rain. If they bring, they are now considered a nimbostratus cloud, which we will get to soon. Stratus clouds cover the sky like a blanket. They are dark colored and gray, and they usually don't always have to bring rain. They can, but they change their name when they bring rain. All right, we've kind of already talked a little bit about this. I look here, and I see on here these curvy, like wispy-looking, feather-looking clouds called cirrus clouds. When I look at the notes for cirrus clouds, I understand why the word cirrus comes from Latin meaning curl of hair. They do kind of look like curly hair. These are very high, wispy clouds. They do curl in the direction that the wind is blowing. They occur very high in the sky. They are made of ice crystals, and they mean fair weather. Now, I take all of this, and I come back into here, which is deleted for me. Is it there for you? Mine went away. There we go. It magically reappeared there. That's great. So let's come in here, and I have to take these notes, all these notes, and just get the important part of cirrus clouds. They are high, wispy clouds. They look like curl, and I'm not going to take all that. They do curl in the direction of the wind. No precipitation. They occur high in the sky. I don't need all that. I could take just that and make it just made of ice crystals. I don't need that. But I do need you to know that they mean fair weather. So cirrus clouds, thin, high, and wispy, curl in the direction of the wind, no precipitation, made of ice crystals, fair weather. And I could even shorten that even more if I needed to, but that's short enough. So we can add that if you want to. That's cool. Cirrus clouds, when you see them, you're not really worried about that day, but you know that soon a change in the weather is coming. Cirrus clouds. Let me get this. Can I draw some thin? I got time for the last one. Yes, I know these look like Nike swooshes, but it is what it is. All right, I'm not getting into the prefixes and suffixes. I took that out because it's not as important as it was. We've already studied cirrus clouds. Not going to go over these today. We'll do that tomorrow when we're covering clouds that I don't want to say aren't important, but not as important as what we're doing. And here we go. This is our next important cloud. Now, you might notice at the end of this the word stratus. We've already heard about stratus clouds. What do stratus clouds do? And you can see it. They cover the sky, right? Do you see any blue sky behind these? Now, these are even darker than the ones we looked at earlier. This is going to be a nimbostratus cloud. Nimbo. Now, Brittany, once I add that prefix nimbo, or I put the word nimbus on the end of the cloud, it is definitely raining. There is no question of is it raining. 100% nimbostratus clouds are raining. So it's the exact same thing as a stratus cloud, except there's rain associated with it. Okay, so these clouds are dark. You can predict light to moderate, steady precipitation. It's a stratus cloud. I'm not going to go back and repeat everything that I said about stratus clouds being a blanket and all that, because I don't need to repeat all that. I'm going to take notes simply on the nimbostratus part. Dark, when you see them, light to moderate precipitation, they cover the sky. I can put that on there, sure. Because they are stratus clouds. Dark clouds, light to moderate, maybe even steady precipitation. Depending on the temperature, tells me if it's going to be rain or snow or sleet. Nimbostratus clouds. So I'm going to stop the video here for the people that are at home with these 4 clouds. Smash the like button and subscribe. Click the notification bell. Blah, blah, blah. Although you'll be at home sick if you're listening for my videos. So anyway, laters.